I've got something to tell you. I'm no longer Mummy Fizz.
Hi guys! Hope you're all having an amazing day. We're going to do a little bit of a sit down kind of special one-off video today because we've got something really important to talk about. So as you know, if you watched yesterday's vlog, we've just moved to England, we've just moved into a new apartment and we've got loads of new things happening here, but we've had a little bit of like English phrase, a spanner thrown into the works. In other words, a little bit of an unexpected hiccup which has come along, which we really wanted to dedicate one video to because we feel it's important enough to want to talk to you guys about, which is, so I'm just going to get it out there straight away. Something has been brought to our attention where the name we are using for our channel we're legally not allowed to use. So I'm going to try and explain that because this is kind of all new to us. So basically we created the name Family Fizz, we loved the alliteration of it, we loved how it sounded like fun and happy, and you know, you can kind of decipher several meanings from it, and we've grown into it, we've all grown together, us and all of you guys, and it's become like more than just a name, isn't it? It's about our community, it's about the community, what we've all created together. So that's why we all feel such an attachment to it. Like, we feel really attached to it as well, don't we?
I'm deeply emotionally attached to it.
I know.
I mean, I'm Mummy Fizz, or well, I used to be Mummy Fizz, and it feels really hard to let it go. It's so incredibly hard. I've been crying about it. We've been upset. We're in shock. We've been thinking about it so much that it's hard to
terms with,
all whilst moving to another country, and you know, obviously trying to keep up the daily vlogs. But we need to tell you guys about it because obviously our name is going to change.
So, so when we were creating a channel name, the thing you do is you look to see if that social media username has been used by anybody else on the other social media platforms. Found it was available on all of them, so you would just assume, right, you're allowed to use it. But so it turns out that, like, we're not a company or anything, we're just a family who talk to you guys, that's it.
Yeah.
But so some people who are companies or create companies, they then what's called trademark names because they want to only be able to use them for themselves, which is fair enough. You know, there's obviously, you have associations with company names, don't you? Like, they create a reputation for themselves and that type of thing. So they want to only have that name for themselves, which is fine. We didn't want to step on anyone's toes. We didn't know anybody else uses a name. By the way, it's not the exact name. It's just there's like a company what uses similar names. So we don't want to kind of take someone else's name or anything similar to someone else's name. We respect their right to use that name, and they've legally...
We just didn't know, did we?
Yeah, they've legally taken that name. So we've made a mistake where we just thought, well, if the social media name's available, you know, like, then no one else is using it. So now what we're faced with, and this is actually quite fitting actually for the way that we live our lives, because what we're faced with is we can either let this really get to us and say, oh no, we want to cling on to this name, because by the way, if we don't change the name, then our options are that we likely get taken to court and forcibly have the name taken off us, and potentially then get like sued loads of money and stuff, which is this like,
we just don't,
you know, this is territory we don't want to get into.
It'll cause unnecessary stress, and we'll have to devote all our energy into that. And then our videos,
instead of our energy going on creating fun, happy, healthy content.
We want to be we always tell you guys that when something crops up in life, like, basically say yes to everything, but at the same time don't cause unnecessary stress, and also how you deal with situations is what matters. So this is quite upsetting and stressful, but we're learning so much from this already.
Well, Mia said something brilliant, what she was reading, what you said about the percentage thing, about how you react to things.
Oh yeah,
I think
it's 80%, wait, 20% of your experience, wait, what am I saying? I've forgotten it, wait, one moment. 20% of your life is what happens to you, and 80% of your life is how you react to it.
That is
something
so
along the
true.
lines
I've actually read it an even higher percentage than that. I've read it as life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. So in other words, your experience in life is all based upon how you react to what happens to you. So you fall over and you stub your toe and you land on some chewing gum and you get all chewing gum in your hand. You can let that ruin your day, or you can say, right, it's happened, move on, and go and have a good day.
There's another quote as well, if it's not going to affect your life in 5 years time, just be upset for 5 minutes.
Yeah, move
as well.
on.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we have thought about this, like things are going to change by changing our name, but with the support from you guys and the creative vlogs, and in 5 years time this will be over and we'll have a new name and meaning to our channel.
I don't know if you remember, but on our family mission statement, what we used to have on the wall in Watford, it actually said one of our points, how we live our lives, the phrase was, I think it's like a bit of an American phrase, but so it's when life throws you a curveball, then you allow yourself 5 minutes to be unhappy about it, and then you move on. So you do have, it's not to say you just ignore those feelings,
no, they're normal.
don't dwell on them. So here's what we see as the good method to move on from this, which is the community which we've all created together is bigger than a name. It's a feeling, isn't it? It's how we all feel, it's that happiness that we're all sharing with one another, and how we feel good and how we're striving to become better and improve our lives and improve others' lives around us. We all want to feel good, and we all want to spread that feeling good with other people. So the community what we've all created doesn't necessarily have to have this like affiliation with a name which we can't change. So now, instead of there's a name which was already set, which we have come up with, we feel that now we can all contribute suggestions to a name. So what does this community, what we've all created together, you guys and us, we record the videos, we upload them, but then it's all about how you react to the videos. So you know, 90% how you react as opposed to 10% what happens to you. So how does this community which we've all created make you guys feel, and what do you think would be a fitting name for the channel and for the future? And so obviously the only difficult part of it is that it's got to be something which someone else doesn't own the rights to. So that's where it gets a bit technical. So we'd love for you guys to be included within this. We've been writing down endless ideas. We keep writing them down, but then you have to check legally, does someone else own that name? So this is where it gets a bit like territory which is new for all of us. So don't concern yourself about that. We'll do all the research in terms of whether we can legally use that name or not. But we'd really love to hear what your suggestions are as to you know, like names,
be
names
as
for
creative as you like. Maybe you guys might know us better than we know ourselves, so you might actually come up with something we haven't thought of. And some of you guys may be really poetic, so that might be good to hear some different input like that. And then like basically it could be random, it could be simple things as well. Like there's such a vast like range of like options for the name of our YouTube channel, and that is like, this is what we're turning this into something positive. It's like something we can all be part of.
Can I just say something?
Yeah, of course.
I just realised you don't actually miss something until you've lost it. So like before when we had Family Fizz, I feel like we didn't really appreciate it, but now we haven't got it, then we actually miss it.
It didn't have an emotion attached to it.
But now
so
it's
like
gone.
it's that attachment which you get to things. So when, I don't know, Sienna, when you first get a teddy bear, it doesn't necessarily mean anything to you, but after you've had that teddy bear for a lot of time, then you can develop like a relationship with it. So then you love it more. So like we love the name Family Fizz because of the feeling what it gives all of us, because of the community what we've all created. So we can continue that same feeling, that same community, but with a different name. We've just got to get creative. We've got to turn this kind of feeling of shock. I guess some of you guys are probably really shocked and maybe a bit, like I kind of had feelings of like grieving. Oh, totally. I still feel it now, even though I'm saying, come on, let's move on, let's move on. It's because I'm trying to look at the positive of this, but I'm also trying to have a little bit of a word with myself of saying, look, come on, it is just some words. So we can associate that same feeling of like love and community and oneness with a different name. And no, it won't feel like it initially, but literally 2 weeks later, we're all going to have that same feeling attached to a new name.
We will move on. This is something we've got learning to let go. and then rebuilding and becoming stronger from a situation. So this is what we're all going to do. This is a lesson for us guys and for you guys as well, and we can all go through this together.
But it actually fits in perfectly with our new chapter here.
I know, and I feel really good that we can like reach out to you guys, and I know that we're all feeling the same thing right now. That feels, so this is what this is meant to all be about. So we're all going through this together, and we're going to come up with something really fun, creative, and something that we've all come up with together, and that's pretty awesome.
It is good, and it's actually showing us how much we are like invested in this community, all of us. Like, we've got that feeling because of how nice it makes us all feel. So let's continue that same, and now we really appreciate it. Like Mia said, we now really appreciate the
and
feeling
because of you guys, because this community we've created, there's been times I'm like, I can't even think about editing a video because I'm just trying to come up with names, so I felt really upset, or I felt like I didn't want to even be in front of the camera. And then because of this community, I haven't wanted to let you guys down, and I haven't wanted to be the person to be negative and like weak from this. It's because of you guys while we've built ourselves up as well. So
we found out just before we went on the plane, by the way. That's why it's like just been impossible to think about anything since. But these are the steps. So the steps are, we're now, as a community, we can all equally contribute suggestions for a name which defines all of us and the feeling which we have as part of this community. And we're going to make sure it's legally available, so it's never going to happen ever again, and then it's set in stone, and we're all cool.
What's really good is, we mentioned we're now with a talent agency last week, wasn't it? And they've been able to help us with this as well. So that's been really good to be able to have some other support, able to have some other like people who know what they're doing about it. So that's been really good, hasn't it?
Because otherwise we would have just been like, okay, what do we do? We're going to have to close down our YouTube because we don't want to get sued. Yeah,
but we've got their support as well. So we've got some support with this, and we've got the help from you guys as well. And if you're wondering, in yesterday's video we asked you to guess where we are living now. For those who weren't able to guess, who want it confirmed, we are living, girls, where are we? Brighton! And we are,
like asleep,
and despite, you know, the moving in, not getting much sleep, settling in, and also this name change commotion, we're actually really loving it here, and we can't wait to show you around. We want to get this video out of the way so then we can show you around our new life here as well.
Yeah, can't wait to share it with you.
It's really cool living here.
Been to her new school today. To check it all out. What did you think of that?
I think it was good.
Yeah.
She absolutely loves it. I'm so excited for her to go there. It's now the Easter holidays. We've got basically a week and a half left of loads of fun together as a family during the day. And this is part 2 of our
new chapter.
A new chapter.
Yeah, so it's fitting. The new name, the new name for the new chapter.
In a way, it's came at a good time.
And the community, what we've all created.
It's come at a good time, really. Because like loads of like things have all been lumped into one, like moving abroad, and then having this. It's like kind of like all that feeling of intensity has all been combined. I'd rather things be all lumped in together rather than spread out.
So this is it. Make your suggestions down below. We're going to consider each and every one of them. Check them all out. Careful, because you keep kicking the tripod, Sienna. We're going to check them all out, and then, you know, see how we all feel about them, and then move forward and create the new channel name for the new community, for the current community, what we've all helped build together. So we're going to leave it there for today's video. We can't wait to check out all your suggestions, and then
I'm really excited,
start this new chapter with all of you. So thanks very much for watching. Can't wait to see you all again tomorrow. See you later. Bye.
Was that really the video?
That
was short.
Yeah, it's because we had to give the announcements, you know, because it's really important, like all what we've created all together.
It's
so we're gonna have a new name.
We can't just suddenly change our name and not tell anyone. And we have also had to stop calling people Fizz fam, and I can't be called Mummy Fizz, and they might wonder why.
But we're gonna have a new name.
I know.
We're gonna have an even better name, because we're all gonna have an emotional attachment to it.
It's like getting a new haircut, but
and all the rest of the community we've created is going to give us suggestions, and then we're all going to come up with a name together. So you've got to give your suggestions as well.
It's going to be basically called #rebrand.
#rebrand, rebrand, rebrand.
Let's go get our dinner, shall we?
Yeah, I'm hungry. Oh, we need